If your ink's too slow and your nib won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to see you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Wow.
This is what I intend to make something significantly new, not just another pen.
Yeah.
And I'm working actually in 2 or 3 new projects only for mechanical or other things.
How much ink does that hold, Dante?
Sorry?
How much ink capacity does that hold?
First of all, I can decide how much ink should go inside. The problem, like all the pen makers, focused already, you cannot put in a pen over 1.2 cc of ink.
Yes.
Because the risk of leaking is too high. And nobody has the knowledge to keep the pen standing while traveling, this and that. The only mechanism that really works is the double reservoir that I made for Pinade, the TTT. Yes. You can put as much ink you want inside. It only depends on the size of the pen, because in any case you only use it drop by drop with the second reservoir.
Yeah.
And the Avatar TTT for me is a great pen, because the price is very competitive. It gives you the performance of any Visconti double reservoir, or mention me another pen that you can do whatever you want, like you do with the Avatar TTT. You can put up to 5 cartridges of ink, use it, it's unbreakable, the material. You can do really what you want.
Yeah.
So I have to say, if you want, you can buy separately a gold nib, and you can still fit. And if you are wise, you notice that some nibs of the competition fits in the pen also, because the fit is the same. So really, you can put whatever you want.
So with the new pen, Dante, can you use the Pineda pen filler with it, or is it not going to fit with that?
The pen filler, yeah. For example, the modern times, not. Of course, you can't, because the pen filler was designed for round pens.
Yeah.
That we just said that are millions.
Yeah.
And for a triangular pen,
yeah,
is not really that the target.
No.
I made on purpose to be universal. Otherwise, even my time was not worth to be paid only to make 4 P9.
No. Perhaps a triangular pen filler to come in the future, maybe.
I have something better.
Okay, great.
Believe me. Now I don't want to say anything to her.
No, that's right.
But believe me,
I'm glad you're thinking about it.
I always think to something that can go to everybody, or also to my dreams. The things that sometimes I wake up at morning and I have to think to something different. Something that I like.
But I have to say that out of the Visconti inkwells, the traveling inkwells, I have about a dozen of them, about 12. And I used to love them until you brought out the Pineda pen filler, which I found is way superior and works just much better and holds more ink capacity.
And it's totally unbreakable.
And unbreakable,
yeah. I have to
so
tell
I
you,
now have about 15 of those.
If you ask me, Dante, in your life you will do the same. If you have to do again your life since the beginning. You will do the same thing. No, I will do completely different. Because something you cannot compensate is experience.
Yes.
With Pinade, I'm very often making things that I made in Visconti, or even I couldn't make in Visconti.
Yeah.
Because I was limited, or because just my time was dedicated to something else. And I'm not always happy about that. Sometimes I have some kind of regret about this.
Yeah, yeah. I think as a business owner, you've got to get involved in all areas of the business. So that certainly would take time away for you from your passion, which is designing the pens and bringing the pens to market over the years.
I remember when I designed the Divina, after I saw the movie, I read the book. It took me 6 hours to design the pen and go to the company who is still making the pen after so many years. And in one day in the factory, I came with the right, sloop of the pen. Everything was done in one day. When you have the good idea, I like to have it done.
You were talking about the Divina?
Yes.
Yeah, the Divina.
My favorite. Yeah.
I have a dozen in my collection.
You have a roller ball. You have a roller ball in your red, and I think there's one right there.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite pens, I have to say. But the Psycho, it grabbed me my interest, because Psycho Pinheider is a very
nice right.
But when I was in Visconti, that design was not possible because I didn't got the technology to make the pen.
Right. Well, I want to say that something about you, Dante, that I think everybody knows, that when you design a pen, it isn't just, oh, this looks pretty, I want to make something pretty. You actually tie it to life. Your pen designs are tied to life. You know what I mean? Like the new one is tied to the aircraft. You have you have your others that you bring the lava resin to life with the pen because it's part of our earth.
Tony, when I was a boy, up to 12 years old, I was very interested, to Second World War airplanes. And at that time, I got plastic models. I got a collection of over 200 pieces of these Second World War airplanes. And I was always fascinated from this Messerschmitt, was because I was looking at the performance, It was 200 kilometers faster than any other, And I read all the story and the books. So this shape, appealed me, not now, but since I was a kid. And I remember that 4 or 5 years ago, probably more, I was in Visconti at that time. One of these old books came to my attention. So I took the shape of the airplane and make an enlargement with the machine, with a photocopy, and I put it in my room. It spent there 6-7 years. At the end, I said, I can make a pen out of that.
That's awesome.
And the engineer, that I worked with is 35 years old. When I went to him with the shape. I said, Dante, you are totally foolish, come on, this is too difficult to make this shape. And he had to study to make it in practical. And I have to say, first of all, he's young, and I enjoy when I can work with young people. And we became very friends. And for me, it's not even work; it's just fun.
Wow!
When I can employ my creativity to make something nice, and then I also find a good marketing. How you hold the pen. The story, if the pen were done round, and why they were being round, because they're easy to write with or because they're easy to make. And, and also the challenge that nobody really made, shapes that are not round or sided or whatever, Even when the Omas made the 360, that was a nice design, was not selling well in the very beginning, because the first design of the Oma 360, the big one, was not well accepted from from the public, from the customers. When they make the review side and they lower the price, then was doing fine. But almost is not with us with anymore. So this tells you something bad, where the pens will end. I was talking with the other signore before, where we will be in 10 years. I have to tell you that in 2 months, I will be retiring in pension.
Oh my God, no way. No way, you're not old enough, Dante.
I have to tell you, Tony, 44 years of work. I started when I was 19 with my shop. So, but I never told you that I'm going to stop designing pen.
Okay, good. Good.
It's all in your blood, Dante. All in the blood.
It's in the blood. That's right.
But
Dante, got a question for you. When I was looking at your pictures, I hope I'm not breaking up too much here. Don't you have 2 different styles of pens?
tell me again, Larry, I cannot hear you very well.
Joe, can you pick me up?
He asked, Dante, he asked if you have 2 different styles of pens.
In which one?
I'm not.
The new one. Yeah.
In the new one, no, I think it's just one style, isn't it?
No, it's 3 sizes.
3 styles, okay.
3 sizes. Yeah, the fountain pen that can become also a roller, but at the moment we decide to make only a fountain pen is the large one. Then we have a roller with a smaller size that is also more feminine. And I have to tell you honestly, my taste, I write better with the smaller one.
Me too.
Then we have a ballpoint that is very nice. I love it, really, I love it. It can become a ballpoint or a pencil without changing the mechanism. The mechanism is only one and fits both of them. So the only thing that I don't like in the ballpoint is quite long. But Schmidt told me that he couldn't make the mechanism shorter. And this pen is fitted with a very special mechanism that when you turn the pen, it goes back to the original position. Because the pen is triangular with a regular mechanism. After when you open the refill, will not match the cap and the body. So then I asked Schmidt to design a mechanism especially for me. He did it, but he couldn't make it shorter. So we are a little bit, for me, when we touch 15 centimeter in a pen, it's just the very maximum in size.
Dante, when you look at the 3 different type of pens, what is the breakdown? Do more people to buy the fountain pens or the rollers, or you sell more of the?
Usually, Tony, this depends on the area.
Yeah.
When I was selling in the Middle East, they don't use fountain pen. They don't use ballpoint. We only use rollers. In all the Middle East. But if you come to Italy, we use mostly fountain pen and ballpoint.
Right.
If you sell to a fashion store, they nearly sell ballpoints because most of the girls they write with ballpoints. In the States, I have to say, we say 50% fountain pen and 25% each the other 2.
Okay.
The ballpoints are a lot influenced from the price. Usually the ballpoint, we want it cheap. A roller can be a good alternative to the pen. Now I can make both pens. The fountain pen, I can make a roller, or also a roller can make a fountain pen. But at the moment, we have already have 6 colors plus 3 sizes. Is a lot of schools in our stock.
That makes sense.
Dante, any thoughts on ink? Viscosity, flow, whatever it might be. what do you prefer to see in the pens? Because, you know, ink is a big attractor to many people in this field, that they like colors and all this stuff. But, you know, you always hear about some inks being more wet. You know,
you know, my experience with ink has been positive and negative. Many years ago, when I started Visconti, I got a big ink maker, and to make the darkest black, you know, in the market. But then I realized that after 6 months, that the ink was you know, say, clogging, you know, the feed. So again, I got a bit headache. Now we go to a good company in the north of Italy, so it's Italian made. It's called the Rain Hole, and when I asked for a new ink, you remember I made a few years ago. I made the ink alchemy, so a set of ink that you can mix and create your own colors. And this guy costed me a few very expensive pens that I gave it to him because, you know, I said, hey, we are going to make a good business. Will be probably 1,000 liters of ink we can buy because of this business. And the guy answered me, you know how many liters of ink we make? I said, you tell me, 5,000 liters. I said, per year? No, per day.
Wow.
So I said, your order will be full, you know, roughly in 2 hours. Okay, I said, I understand. So I started giving pens free of charge of a few hundreds, because I said, you must have a pen collection that will be mono-brand, because I am the only one to give you pen against ink.
Wow.
So again, you know, he makes ink for every printing machine, for everything.
right.
And he has a nice ink department. But believe me, again, there is no sellout of ink. When I was in Visconti, I make a new bottle of ink. I was selling 10,000 inks the first year, and then 1,000 or 2,000. Unless you can create this ink like, you know, Noodlers or this kind of maker. But this is, again, is a family business.
Right.
And for me, from a pen maker point of view, many of this ink, you know, really destroy the pen, because I heard terrible things about inks made, you know, in this independent company. They make inks, but they are not so worried if then the pens has a problem after using their inks.
Right.
And very often happens.
Yeah, there's been a few subjects we always discuss. One was like whether or not people should be using inks with shimmer in them, you know, the microparticles. That unless you can disassemble that pen in the nib unit, why would you want to do that? And the other thing, Dante, was iron gall based inks. You know, I come from the calligraphy world, and you know, I would never want to put an iron gall based pen ink into a pen, because the pigment is not soluble, it's not uniform, it can clog up the pen. And I've had people come back at me and say, oh, that's not true for the fountain pen formulation. Iron gall is very simple formulation, very acidic, and like you said, these things can destroy some pens.
Melt things like thieves.
Yeah, exactly.
In Pinayda, we have 2 calligraphers that are employed of Pinayda. They have, you know, shows, you know, when we have some events or so on. But they use dip pens.
Yes.
Me too. Yeah, that's where I come from, all the dip pens.
Because when I made the Hyperflex, I went to them, I said, please test it. No, they tested it. The nib writes fine, but it's not for a calligrapher.
Right.
It's not. They told me very clearly that this is a smooth, nice nib, but it's not a calligraphy nib. Also, if you want to use a fountain pen, you have the problem of collapsing the nib out of the feed. And in my research, I discovered that in the good old times, they were used to make different kind of, you know, heat treatment to the nib. But this technology now is completely lost.
Yes.
because at the end, you know, a fountain pen should be rigid up to the year old, and then it should be very flexible.
Yeah.
So I asked my engineer, said, you know, Mattia, please make me a demonstration with the 3D, how this can happen. And he told me, Dante, there is no way to make it if you don't make an heat treatment, making part of the very hard, and the other part should be very flexible. But who is going to pay for that?
No.
And it's worth? No.
No, and you know,
Also the research, also to make the imitation through the computer took me nearly 2 months of work. So, okay, stop it. This is not, we are paid from Pineda, so at the end, no, we want to show them end of the year that we are able to create value and money. This is why, you know, we work for them.
I've got a pen question, Dante.
Go ahead, Tom.
There's a pen I'm looking to buy, and Dave will tell you. I've been talking. I'm this close to buy. It's called the Pineda Matrix, and it's beautiful. I like it even better than the Psycho. I like the. You know why? Because of the Divina. I like so much. It kind of reminds me. Was that inspired? Did that come a little bit? Your inspiration from the Divina?
No,
It did not.
was not
Okay.
at all. This is a leaf, or you want to call it a feather.
Okay.
That revolves in itself.
Okay.
So when you look at the graphic effect, is to have arrows in one side and also in the back side. And everything ends at the two final of the pen. So in the cap top and the blind cap, where everything starts, and you keep following with your eyes the effect of this arrow that is going in like it is round. I don't know how to explain.
Yeah, it just goes around.
You know, it's a nice design. We call that, you know, augmented reality.
Got it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful. Yeah. It's a beautiful pen.
You know, in all my research, you know, while you know Larry before he liked me the watermark of Visconti, and I was showing this.
Yes.
The Arachnus. I've got the Arachnus. Yeah.
Look,
Oh, yeah.
This is a bunch of pens, you know.
There you go.
The real story, Tony.
I'll tell you, show them your drawer. The drawer, they have all them treasures hidden in there. Open it up.
You recognize this one here, Dante?
Yeah. There you go.
Templars.
Templar.
I have
Jacques
it.
de Molay.
I have it.
And the Camelot as well.
I have also in solid gold that one. Even Carodash copied us when we made the Camelot, and they copied also the name. They call it Ivano.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not right.
I'm posting an image of the Matrix. Some people may not be aware of what it looks like, but that's the Matrix.
Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah. That's
you see the arrows is pointing one against the other when you post the pen.
Right.
And when we make the assembling, we are very careful to make everything lined up.
That's beautiful. And that's made out of sterling silver, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, Tony, you know what your next pen is?
Dante. Please.
I can tell you the new pen, the new modern times. It's called the Galaxy.
We're going to show you some pictures real quick, Dante, on the modern pens. Pull those up, Jake, would you, for a minute, please? Bear with me, y'all.
Larry, I cannot understand you at all.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not talking much.
Somebody can help me?
Yeah.
Dave
He's
is
gonna,
gonna-
We're gonna put
there you go.
pictures. Here we go.
Okay.
Here's the one.
So but this is the standard collection.
Right.
Can I show you the new ones?
Yes, yes, go ahead. Take it from there.
I shouldn't.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
These are the demos. These were not launched together with the colorful because I need to hide the magnets that here are clear.
Right.
If I put the glue will be visible from the outside. So it's bad. So I have to adjust the technology to put the magnet only by pressing.
Wow.
You know, it's not always so easy and in time. So since this is going to take too much time, and the side of the pen that is more fat gives you a kind of lens effect.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
Right.
this is very unusual.
Yeah.
I like personally, but
Yeah.
you know, I hope you like it.
Very pretty.
It almost looks as if it's not round. It's the way that
Right.
you get that lens effect.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
You see?
Mamma mia.
Yeah,
And another problem I got in the first samples is the water effect. You see, in this point, it seems to be water inside. It's only because the metal is touching the plastic, making this kind of wet effect.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You're right, capillary. Yeah.
And and actually it's only a question of the metal touching the plastic. So, and I discovered that if I make in palladium, this is not happening.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Dante, the plastic or the resin you're using is it's optically what do I want to say? Optically, it makes a difference with the optics. You can't just use any clear plastic. You won't get that effect.
Yeah.
Let's say that our plastic, first of all, is UR material.
Right.
That is the ultra resin.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is a big relax for me because think about with the Avatar, we hit over 120,000 pens sold. And we practically have a bunch of defective, probably 50 out of 120,000 pens.
Wow.
And this is for me really, you know, in a mass production pen is relaxing because, you know, really pens that you can count is really, you know, problem free. When I was in Houston, in Larry, how you say in Houston, the dealer?
Grumble.
Grumble. And I made the test putting the pen under, you know, a big car.
Oh, yeah.
Ciao, Ross.
Yeah.
It was really fun. And the guy that was the owner of the car, I gave him the pen, I gifted him the pen. After 1 year, he came back with the same pen, with little holes, you know, but still perfectly workable.
Wow.
So, and how we create the effect in the pen is using additive to the original formula. For example, with the clear, you know, material like this one, we are adding some ice effect that in the beginning, the color of the pen was nearly not yellow, but amber, like amber. Now it's like ice, like those, like lights that are 6,000 Kelvin, you know, very white. And this we really like very much. But, you know, in the plastic, the discovery never ends.
When is that going to be available, Dante? When do you anticipate for the market?
I think we'll be ready by November, after, you know, summertime.
Yeah.
Also because now we are fully, you know, of orders delivering these pens.
When are these ones shipping? The regular color?
within this month, we'll be shipping every single pen.
Mhm.
Actually, we got in this month huge orders from China for the Avatar. That really stopped us, is lowering us, the production of the modern times. I have to say, Ross, the modern time is not so quick to make.
I can see.
Yeah. For example, we have to print pen by pen. We can only print 3 pens at once. Okay, our mold makes 1 fountain pen, one roller, and 1 ballpoint at a time. But we cannot use the mold in its full power because we see that the quality is not coming as good as we want. But the last pen that we are now, I saw in Pinade, are really, amazing. Even the polishing is more deep, more really very nice. This, I don't know if you can notice, but myself is completely mint. I was not able to find the little fault in the pen or whatever.
Yeah, I can see the difference because I have the prototype. I think this is a pretty early prototype.
Yeah,
And I can see the polish on yours is better.
Yeah, and even if myself is 35 years making the pen, but you always learn. Even in this process, the way how we use the mold is not the same that how we making the Avatar. So there is also a little bit of learning. Why? This is why the beginning of the first release of every pen sometimes is longer than what we expect. But now we are shipping, and I hope that everything is going fine because, at the moment we have 3 persons assembling the pen, and I haven't heard any trouble. I'm personally very, I would say, scared about making the demonstrator because if there is any fault inside, it will be visible, and with the lens effect, it will be even bigger.
That's right.
Magnify it.
That's right. And Dante, are you planning on coming to any of the shows this year?
Yeah. It depends only from Mr. Jones when he wants me to be there. Pinader is pushing me to go to the States. You know why, Tony? When I go to the States, says a couple.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it was for Pinader was willing me to have home in the States, nothing to come back.
That's right. Well, I know you were in LA. You went to LA. When I met you, it was in Los Angeles.
Yes, but this year, I heard that the LA show was not so. I don't know. Ken told me not to go because
right. They changed it to the California show. They made a different show. It
was so good. It was so good, the show.
No, the St. Louis show is the one I go to. It's close to me. It's run really well. And then I think who distributes your product is Luxury. No, who?
Jaffa.
Jaffa. I'm not sure if they're going to be in St. Louis this year or not, but I
don't know. I don't think we're doing St. Louis.
Okay.
I'm with Jaffa, just so you guys know.
That's right. Hi, Rob.
Hey, Ross. Okay. Good to see you.
Right. Yeah, I work with Ken, and I don't think we're doing St. Louis. I think the next show we're doing, I know we're probably doing Orlando. We're doing Dallas, DC, of course, and then we'll see which other ones we do this year.
Awesome. I was wondering how you got that prototype, Ross.
Yeah, I'm a little connected. Yeah.
I was going to wonder, is there any anticipation about the pricing, the price points of those?
Yeah. The fountain pen will retail for $368.
And that's really not bad. But that's a steel nib, right?
Steel nib, yeah. Steel nib. I don't know if you can really see. Dante, can you do the engraving a little bit different on this nib, or is it the same?
No, it's the same.
Same as the other steel nibs.
Yeah. To make a new engraving with Bock, with all the variation of color we have,
But here I have, like, these are all 3 modes. It's a little hard to tell, but there's a definite difference in size between the fountain and the roller.
Yeah.
The roller is definitely a bit smaller, and the ballpoint's not too long. I mean, it's about the same size as the roller.
Yeah, but Ross, the mechanism is around 1.2 centimeters longer than the regular one.
Yeah, it's
I
very comfortable though.
It's everywhere, but I cannot make it shorter.
Does that post?
Sorry?
Yeah, oh, these post phenomenally well. I mean, it's so comfortable. The balance is perfect. And even on the fountain pen, which is much bigger, I mean, it just comes right off and it posts perfectly. And it doesn't make it too long.
The shape, the overall shape and the change of the shape as you go down the pen. I love that.
Yeah, because you can see at the end it's round.
Yeah.
Whereas on this end it's
another not a secret, another tip. All the parts that they have, the lines are the parts should be open to change the refill or to fit the pen. You see?
Yes.
With here.
So on this rollerball, I change it from here?
Yeah, from the front.
This, or I unscrew right here?
Yeah.
Or the back?
No, from the front.
The front,
where
the black.
where is the grip section?
Yeah.
You should unscrew. The blank cap is flush.
Yeah, the black. Yeah.
And is that a standard Pinida refill?
Yeah, always a standard. From us, is no surprise. Okay. The roller is international standard, and the ballpoint you can use, either a Parker standard.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
I want to show you.
Yeah.
This is.
Oh yeah, I've seen an image of that. Spring-loaded clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really, I got to say that price point is going to be very desirable for that model.
I'm this model. I'm using a converter with the piston effect for the reason that was already quite complicated pen. I didn't want to have the pen more expensive.
Right.
But now I'm going to release a pen with the gold nib with the special filling system. This is more suitable for pen aficionados or more collectible people. This is how the roller is made.
All right.
Okay. So Dante, this pen is going to use the collectible one that has the high volume filler. Is that the one you were talking about before? That in one?
Yeah, I'm going to use the fast filler.
Right. I'm sorry, fast filler. Right.
So
okay,
this,
great.
but not the mystery fast filler.
Okay.
This is a mystery fast filler. This is when you see the blank cap. If you want to fit the pen, you have to push it and pops up. Now you can use this to turn. I cannot turn because it's full the pen.
Right.
I can turn. You see? So and when you want to put it back,
it travels longer for a same stroke. I see it.
This is a protection to the piston.
Gotcha.
Because if I put the piston inside, it won't be possible that you mistakenly split the ink out. It's like Mont Blanc or any Pelican. They put one free turn before you get the activation of the piston.
Yeah.
But as usual, I make it my way.
So what is going to be the price point of the collector model with the gold piston?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet. Honestly, I've not any realistic idea. I have to see what is coming, and we don't have time to work on that.
Yeah. Wow. Very nice.
Dante, you ever thought about how you can incorporate your passion for motorcycles into a pen?
Sometimes
He already
happens,
does.
you know. The engineer that works with me and design the pen is the 3D guy. He's one of my motorcycle friends. This is already a big help. And think about that he works in biological engineering. He designs the tools to kill the cancer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
He puts the tool in your vein, goes to the cancer with the laser, is able to kill the cancer.
Wow.
So even for him, it's a completely different field. So when I asked him to help me design the pen, he said, Dante, you have to teach me everything. I said, yeah, don't worry. You make the design, I make the invention.
Nice.
But to have him designing the pen with the 3D is a big experience. I was dreaming to have designs like this in the school. You can really see the pens inside before making. And another thing, in 6 years, we worked together in Pinade. We never made one single mistake in the pens. All the design that we made went into production without further modification. I don't know if you have seen in Larry's.
Yeah.
This is the cross section in every single point. You can see the design of the pen is keep changing in every point.
Yeah, I really like that.
And I have to tell you, I really wish to come to the States as soon as we have, shipping some pens and come and enjoying talking to people, selling pens, whatever. But, when I think that I will retire in 2 months, it's so sad because I say, my gosh, I'm very old.
Now, what's going to change for you on a daily basis when you retire?
I have more time I have more time for myself.
Yeah.
Motorcycles, right?
Yeah, but I stopped racing last year because I got another accident. So I said, has to be more quiet as much as I get older and older. But
Dante, do they still make the Vespas and Lambrettas out there in your part of the world?
Asking about the Vespers.
They still sell Vespas. Yeah, I think they do.
What is that? Sorry, I can't understand.
Vespa. They still sell the Vespa. The people drive a motor.
Little schools.
Come on, in Italy, half of the Italian, they ride the Vespa.
Yeah.
For me, it's too small. Between the bikers, there is, like a division. If you are a Vespa rider, you're not allowed to become, a motorcycle rider.
It's like points to fountain pens, isn't it?
You count less than nothing, If you are a rollerboard user, for a fountain pen, come on, who is a rollerboard point? Even worse.
And what about this important question? In 2026, Dante, the World Cup is coming to Kansas City, where I live.
Okay.
Is Italy going to be in the World Cup? Per favore.
I was fighting words.
In the World Cup, is Italy? Ci sarà una squadra d'Italia.
Tony, my art, my passion is for motorcycle. I hate soccer.
Same here.
I have to tell you, all of them are overpaid.
Oh, I bet.
Years ago, many years ago, 20 years ago, I went with my American distributor. It was 2003, 2004. You know, at the Yankee Stadium to see Yankees with somebody else, baseball.
Yeah.
And it was so boring, you know, 1.5 hours, you know. I said, Steve, I don't want to stay here anymore, you know.
Larry, I think we should edit this video down to remove the soccer comment and the baseball comment, so Dante doesn't get marked as a you know.
The ball points.
Yeah, people coming after you, Dante.
Yeah, no,
I told Steve,
it's all good.
Steve, I told Steve, look, that guy, you know, it's 2 hours. He never raised up from his place. You know, he told me, Dante, he gets 100 million to sit down. Okay, I can do the same. Easy.
That's fun.
Dante, I've seen, not to get into the subject, I don't ride motorcycles, but I know somebody was working on a torque-free engine that you could lean the bike without much. I forget the name of the company, but it was a very different kind of engine that didn't create the moment of inertia that most engines do with the. Can't explain it, but I was wondering.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. This is taken from MotoGP.
Yes.
Even the bike that I was using for racing, they have reverse, you know, sense of the cylinders.
Right.
So if the cycle of the cylinder, they run in the same way of the wheels, you know, this creates more gyroscopic effect.
Yes.
And the bike tends to stay up, to stand. So
right.
it is more difficult to make, you know, a turn, or, you know, that is what you want when you race. But for normal people, even more dangerous. Now I know that the Japanese have invented a bike, even if you want to bend, it will always come back up. So it's against any kind of accident, but I don't think it's going to be very appreciated from the biker.
Gotcha.
I have to tell you that now here in Italy is 7:30, but from 1:30 until 5:30, I was riding the bike with a group of friends in the hills of Florence. It was a beautiful sunny day, wow. You know, and I was touching my knee on the ground. That was very fun, very big fun.
Yeah.
You know, it took 3 hours riding, and my wife, Carla, she's at home, very upset with me. I'm leaving her. I left her alone at home.
Well, you had to leave her home alone a preparare la pasta.
Tony, you come here, you tell her.
No, I won't tell her that. No, I know. But by the way, for all of you that have never been to Italy, I don't know if any of the rest of you have been to Italy, but Florence is absolutely the most enchanting city. If I had to live in one city up north, because I'm Sicilian, but if I had to live in one city up north, it would probably be Florence, because it's absolutely a beautiful city.
Tony, let me finish. If you do that for me and say this to Carla, okay, I give you a pen free of charge.
Really?
Go on, Tony.
But I won't live to write with it. That's a problem.
You do
no, but I will.
But you do this at your own risk. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a good insurance before coming here.
Oh, that's right. Oh my. Yeah. It's
my
beautiful
family
thing.
comes from the Naples area of Italy. I know there's still Vitolos there as well, but yeah, most of it comes from the Naples and that surrounding region.
What's that, Joe?
What's that?
No, what'd you just say? I didn't hear you quite well.
I said most of my family originates from the Naples region, and I did a DNA test a few years back to confirm that general area. Some surprises, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, also my family, the name of my family is few generations, but it's coming from the area of Napoli. Because Del Vecchio is typical of Benevento, that is not too far from Napoli.
Well, the amazing thing is, I asked you before about Italians and fountain pens. I mean, I know there's a bunch of makers. I mean, you know, Nino Marino, yes.
This was the old group of Delta. They split it, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
They used to be partners, and for me, it's very stupid. They've been fighting each other until they killed Delta. It's quite bad about that.
And he's trying to bring it back. Is true.
No, it is
Nino,
back.
Nino
It is back. We started shipping Dolce, well, the black and orange one. We started shipping that this month. Yeah.
Oh, great.
You can say Dolce Vita, Ross.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but also he's coming out with
for what I can say, there are only two pens, you know, that is Meisterstück of Mont Blanc and Dolce Vita of Delta. I burn pens more quickly. Come on, Ross.
Yeah, I know Yapra has definitely got, as I was asking Nino about this pen that's coming out, and turns out that he says that maybe by the end of June or beginning of July. So anyway, not to divert from Pineda, and Dante, just wanted to mention that.
Well, that's based upon a soccer game, so we might as well get rid of that one.
Exactly. I love that, Dante. Yes.
Honestly, I don't care about soccer, but
yeah,
I'm happy that Napoli won the championship.
Yeah,
better than Juventus or another fucking company, you know, in the north.
That's funny. You don't care about soccer, but Juventus fa schifo, huh?
Yeah, you know, when I was younger, I was for Juventus, but it's too much tricky. And he already owns Fiat and Jeep. So come on. No, I like to see company like Napoli. They are good people to win the championship, honestly. And I don't think too much in one side or the other side. I'm lucky enough that I can stay in the middle.
Yeah. Dante, what about other forms of racing like Formula One? Are you a Formula One fan?
Yeah, sure. In Formula One, there is only one name that counts. It's Ferrari.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Not this year.
You know, this is just, it's hard. It's not even, you know, either easy believe. You believe in God? I believe in Ferrari.
Last night, Dante, was where we perform at a racetrack, NASCAR. They have a NASCAR.
Yeah, I know.
At the racetrack, we were supposed to
left. Yeah.
We were supposed to start at 8:30, and the race was started at 7. There were so many wrecks. They kept stop the race. Wreck, accident. We didn't start till 9:30. It was supposed to be, you know. It was just, I watch those people that go around. I don't know how you do it, honestly. When you're racing, you're going at that high speed on a motorcycle in a car, and you're this close to one another. And one mistake, one break, you know, it's scary. I don't know how you do it, Dante.
I show you one thing. What happens? Is find that? I show you what happens when you make a mistake.
Oh God!
I know this is a medical.
I don't know if you guys are old enough to see this.
You might have to edit this, Larry.
Let me take, you know.
Le palle scassate, forse.
I'll show you what happened. This is the nice one.
Oh no!
Oh God!
Okay.
Just to let you know, I am the one in front.
Oh God!
Of course.
Second, also this one is nice. This one is nice.